the fast one out of Kingsburg, Colorado, in the 5D of Tony Dugan. Both these guys had some bad luck on our opening weekend. They start on the front row as we are green. Slade Pitt going to lead them off into turn number 1. Pitt throws it up doors. Dugan. I don't know if he just slid up a little bit. Dugan, though, probably going to get him back. Watch this one. Keep your eyes peeled. Dugan might get him back. Dugan usually doesn't race dirty unless it's a payback thing. So he might do the same to Slade Pitt if he can get underneath him. Pitt found a groove up at the top. He's going to continue to lead on a lap or at a turn number 2. The inside all over that rear bumper as the top 2 are starting to pull away a little bit. The 183 of Justin Wright holding on to that 3 spot, 3 wide further back in the field. Brian Carey in the 4 spot, top 5, rounded out by the 31 JR of Sean Parrish. We got one slow rolling down the front stretch. We're going to keep it green, though. We'll see if he can make it to the pits, the 692. He's going to have some work to do if he's going to try and make a run for back-to-back track championships here. He's going to have a few good nights of racing. Slade Pitt drives way up the racetrack, and that's going to let Brian Carey sneak underneath. As we are at the halfway point, 10 laps to go in this one, and Dugan, he found something there at turn 2. Here comes Slade Pitt rolling the top shelf. Slade Pitt has found something up top, saving it. He's going to hang her loose up top, and Slade Pitt's going to take a 2 for lead. Lap number 11, Slade Pitt goes hammer down around the top shelf. Holy smokes, are we in for something? Dave Pitt says, you know what, Slade, I see where you're at, son. I'm going to jump right up there as well as the 55C of Tony Dugan. We got one around the 64 of Marsing. Another one coming to a stop in the middle of turn 3. Caution lights are out. Champion on the bars. He's going to drop the nose down, block Carey off on the inside. And watch this, he's going to go right to the top shelf. Well, not so much. He's right around the bottom through the middle. And Brian Carey does slide that tail end up in front of Slade Pitt. Slade Pitt going to hang her loose up on the top shelf again. Dugan goes right back to the inside. And Tony Dugan, slider, almost collects the 55C. Dugan's got company. Here comes Brian Carey to the top shelf. Drag race down the backstretch, and Brian Carey's going to get cut off here. We'll see if Dugan tries to throw a slider out there. Dugan does push the nose up. New race leader out of turn number 4 is Aztec, New Mexico's Brian Carey in the 55C. We'll see if Dugan can get him back. White flag is set to fly. White flag is out. 1 to go for Aztec, New Mexico's Brian Carey in the 55C. So he's going to work around the lap car. We'll see if Dave Pitt has anything left in the tank. 2 turns to go. Your 20-lap IMCA Sport Modified feature winner comes to us from Aztec, New Mexico. The 55C of Brian Carey, top 5, rounded out by the 28 of Dave Pitt, the 5D of Tony Dugan, the 183 of Justin Wright, and top 5, rounded out by the 397 of William Valdez. To the 94 U out of Green River, it's Brian Ungaro. We got him 3 wide out of turn 4 for the race lead early on as Casey Delp may have jumped the gun. Delp takes it way up top shelf. And we may have a review from that one. We'll let our scorers decide just the outcome of that one. But Casey Delp may have got just a little too big of a jump out of turn number 4. The 018 Michael Hale might have jumped right along with him. We'll let the scorers decide as everybody is migrated north. Fighting for valuable real estate. One up in the tires. Ronnie Roy is going to bring out the first caution of our Rock and Rollin' Rentals and Sales IMC Modifieds. And at this point, we'll see what the scorers decide. Going around turn number 3 on Garrow to the inside. The 018 Michael Hill to the outside. Delp gets that 2W wound back up, and here comes... We got him 3-4 wide in turn number 1, and here comes the young gun, the 33Y. Bryson Yeager takes a shot in the shorts there from the 9M Express to Cody Malcolm. Here comes the big slider for the 33BY. Braxton Yeager trying to throw the slider out there. Doesn't get it to stick. He's going to go right back up top shelf, though. Battling a good battle with the 9M Express to Cody Malcolm. Casey Delp out in front. The 01H Michael Hale following suit. The kid in the 33Y, Bryson Yeager, having a good run. It looks like Braxton Yeager may have jumped that little cushion strip right there, as these guys are way up north in this one. Delp slowly picking through. He's got 4 cars between himself and the 01H of Michael Hales. We're collecting a parking lot down here on the front stretch infield. We're going to have 5 laps to go in this one. This time by for the Cowboy, Casey Delp in the 2W. 1 around, Joe Miller around through turn number 4. Caution flag's going to fly for the 73U of Joe Miller as he spins around, about collects the lead traffic there for. He does. As we are green one more time, Delp right back up to the top shelf where he was beating it down. Here comes Bryson Yeager throwing the slider. Can't quite get it to stick, but he did take the 2 spot, and we'll see if he does it again through 3 and 4. He does. Bryson Yeager slider. Delp undercuts him. Good race for the lead as Bryson Yeager is all over the rear bumper of the 2W Casey Delp. Yeager doesn't throw the slider this time, hangs out on the bottom. We'll see if he can get a run to get another chance at it. Just could not make it stick. However, big brother in the looms of 33BY, Braxton Yeager rolling right back up top. You know, I give kudos to the young kid, the 18-year-old in the 33Y of Bryson Yeager. Caution flag does fly as we got one up into the tires. I can't quite see who it is. Out for Casey Delp. He's up onto the bars. You got a pair of Yeagers behind him. Bryson Yeager might try and throw a little something out there. Drag race down the front stretch. Slider coming out. Can he get it to stick? He does get it to stick. New race leader out of turn number 2 is the kid in the 33Y. Slider coming right back at him to look for the crossover. He does get him to crossover. Delp up into it. Bryson Yeager up onto the point. Delp trying to throw the kitchen sink at him. Yeager gets it to stick. Bryson Yeager trying to seal the deal here with the slider. He protects a little bit, throws the slider back out to protect. We'll see if Delp has anything here. Side by side down the front stretch. Delp going to throw the kitchen sink at it here, folks. Watch this. He can't quite get it to stick. Hard on the binders. Good job there from not collecting. One last ditch effort. Bryson Yeager goes up top. Look for him to cut underneath. He does. Drag race out of turn 4 for the checkered flag. Bryson Yeager gets it by a nose. How about that, folks? Holy smokes. Lights are out one more time for the Ada Sam Ogden. Ogden leads him off into turn number 1. Ashley Warner takes it up top shelf. We got another one. Here comes Caden Wright, the 988 Suicide Awareness Machine. Caden saw where they were running. He goes right to the top shelf. Caden Wright in the 988 going to lead lap number 1. Cody Paul trying to make work on the top shelf a little further back, as well as the 86 of Jonathan Crawford trying to make a run here. Warner not backing down. Sam Ogden having a good run. The 8 holding the inside as we got Crawford going around. He's going to get collected by a few cars hitting the tires. Trying off the 26 Elaine Owens. Again, 25 laps the scheduled distance, $1,000 to win here this evening for your IMCA Sport Compacts. It is full moon out there, so anything can happen. Caden Wright leads us off out of turn number 4 and into turn 1. Wright drops the nose down, has himself a pretty fast hot rod. As here comes Ethan Paul down to the inside. Cody Paul trying to make something stick up top. Brian Goff goes full send, almost collects the 81 of Ashley Warner. That's going to let a few cars slide up underneath. The Tree Experts 745 of Eric George and the 3T of Tavion Leonard. Good battle going on for the race lead between Caden Wright and Ethan Paul. Ethan down to the inside. Can he get it to stick? He does out of turn number 2. We'll see if Caden can keep right there with him. Caden back down to the inside. Good battle for the race lead. Mark Hammond had a restart at the back of the field. And look where he's at now. He's cracked the top 5. Lap traffic becoming a little bit of a factor. Hammers down out of turn number 2. Holds on to the 2 spot. Hammond back up underneath. Takes that 2 spot away and now sets his sights on the 59 of Ethan Paul. Paul almost into the wall there on the backstretch. White flag flies, 1 to go for the 59 of Ethan Paul. He about gets collected with the lap car. Checker set to fly out of turn number 4. And your $1,000 winner of your IMCA Sport Compact Special going to be the 59 of Ethan Paul, followed by the 2 of Mark Hammond, the 988 of Caden Wright, top 5 rounded out by the 3T of Tavion Leonard, and the 745 of Eric George.